Hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650E here, and welcome to another episode of Season 4 of the new bike build series. We're taking a 2018 Yamaha R1M, and with the help of our amazing channel sponsor, specifically Manny from Moto Million, we're going to transform this bike into something really brilliant and amazing, and then at the end of the build series, we're giving it away to one of you fabulous people viewing the video. Information on how you could win this motorcycle is in the description. In today's episode, I'm going to ride this bike for the first time since we had Nick Marino from X-Plane R1 Custom Tuning flash the ECU. And we're going to see if there's been an improvement in the throttle response, the overall speed, and the riding of this motorcycle. I'm going to take it up to Sills and have Zach ride it, and he'll give his opinion as well. So, I'm going to jump on the bike, fire it up, and do some cruising. This bike has super tall gearing. It's very comfortable. We're riding it in first or second gear in the 40-mile-an-hour range. And still, from what I can tell so far, the throttle is much improved. You hit little bumps, and with the flick of your wrist, the bike doesn't go all herky-jerky on ya. So I think that's an improvement. Can't wait to hear what Zach has to say. The quick shift and auto blip still work great, nice and smooth. So that hasn't been affected by Nick's ECU flash. Whoa, it does have more power. I wasn't expecting that. That's for sure. Wow. It definitely scoops a lot better. I'd say that's justification that it has more power. Wow. Much more power than stock. Much more power than stock. Absolutely. Well, we saw that he took the bike from 166 horsepower in stock form, and when he was done tuning it, it produced 100 and I believe 79 horsepower, which was pretty great. But that was horsepower registered on the dyno. My butt dyno confirms just that. Woo! It definitely has more power. Wow. I can't wait to see how the bike behaves once it has this exhaust installed and some of the other things we're going to do to it, and then we'll have Nick flash it again. But for right now, definitely an improvement. Still corners like a dream. That's something you can't take away from the overall DNA of the Yamaha R1M. It's a cornering beast. Huh. Don't want to get sliced up by that guy. No way. Huh? He gave me like a reluctant nod. Kind of like, I really don't want to wave at you. I don't know what's going on. I think that there's a stigma going on with people that just don't like people on motorcycles, and specifically people on sport bikes. Because I've been riding for about 25 years, to give you an example of how much of a geezer I am, and times have really changed. You know, it used to be you could wave at people, they'd wave back, they'd be happy to see ya, that you're on a bike, you know, because for whatever reason, maybe they want to ride bikes, but they can't for a variety of reasons. So when they see you and you wave at them, they're like, hey, I'll wave back because, you know, you're doing what I want to do. But nowadays, you wave at people, and half of them don't wave back, and when they do, they kind of grudgingly wave back, and it's kind of like you force them to do it. And I'm not even going to say it's because of ethnicity, because when I'm wearing my motorcycle gear, you can't tell if I'm black or white or whatever. So it's not that, it's just that something happened over the years. Something went wrong, and motorcyclists, specifically sport bikes, have just been given a bad name or something. I don't know if it was that incident that happened in New York a few years ago where the guys pulled the guy out of his Range Rover and beat the crap out of him. I don't know if that was it, or who knows. The Hell Angels Hell's Angels incident that happened in Arizona years ago when people were killed. Who knows? Maybe it was the vloggers years ago that when they started their vlogging careers, they were smashing motorists' rear view mirrors and stuff like that, and cursing and ranting and all that crap nonsense. But whatever the case, you know, something happened. And now people are just a little leery about being nice to motorcyclists. But hopefully we'll change that. It's my mission to change that. I want to go on a crusade to make people happy about motorcycle riders again. All right, off my soapbox and back on to my test ride of your Yamaha 2018 R1M. A fantastic motorcycle, a great looking machine, and it's going to look even better than it already does once we're done putting parts on it. I can't speed through this section because it's heavily patrolled by law enforcement. And yeah. So we got to take it easy. In fact, I'm going to sign off for now. And the next time you see me, I'll be at Sills Motor Sales with Zach. I rev my motor super loud so they know I'm here, but you can't hear. Even if I were to rev this damn thing with the stock exhaust, you wouldn't be able to hear it much. So I'll just walk in, let Zach know I'm here, and hopefully he's not super busy, and he can take this bike for a ride and give us his opinion. But in my opinion, this bike is much improved. Since I don't want Zach to hear me, because I don't want it to taint his opinion. But yeah, in my opinion, this bike is much improved since Nick flashed the ECU, the throttle smoother. It's definitely much faster. Wheelies like crazy in all the gears. Well, second and third gear, and first, of course. But yeah, I'm very pleased. And it's a beautiful looking bike. You know, when this color scheme came out, you know, I immediately wanted to swap mine out for this one, but it just would have been horribly expensive to do that. So we do have the airbox cover back there. Zach's going to install it. We're going to make some more builds on that, and it's not broken or anything. It's just that we had taken it off for Nick to flash the ECU. I love the zero gravity double bubble windscreen. Totally awesome. Totally blends in with the exposed gloss carbon fiber on the bike and looks outstanding. And we are also giving a clear zero gravity windscreen along with this motorcycle to the new owner. The winner, I should say, once it's ready to be given away. But for right now, we're going to talk to Mr. Zach and see if he'll take this bike for a ride. Hey, Zach, you want to take that thing for a ride? I'm not going to tell you because I don't want it to affect your opinion on it. We will all patiently wait for Zach to return, and we'll see what he says. I usually run after him to try to get some footage of him. Oh, there's no traffic. Oh, I really hope he likes it. So Zach's back from his ride on the super quiet R1M that I didn't even hear, like I usually hear him revving up. Didn't hear you this time, man. You came up in stealth mode. Okay, well, we all know that Zach is known for being brutally honest when it comes to these motorcycles. So what are your thoughts?
I'm not gonna lie, it's 100% better.
Wow.
It truly is, and I could tell because you know where I like to ride. There's that traffic circle up
yes.
there. So if all these modes, now I don't know. Sometimes I know the last time something got flashed, like they changed the modes. Right now we're mode A.
Yeah.
Everything's at power 1. The traction controls at 1. Slide controls at 1. Suspension's at 2. It doesn't matter. But before, I mean, this bike was so bad. I was riding it in level 3 because I couldn't take the twitchiness of the throttle.
Wow.
So in level 1, I could do that around the traffic circle, which is then switch back to the other direction.
Yeah.
I was able to hold it at like 25, 30 miles an hour, go around, make my switch. No problem. Where before it would have been like a bucking bronco. I would have looked like I didn't know how to ride.
Right.
So that's how I know that it is 100% smoothed out.
Wow. How about the power?
The power, I didn't notice a huge difference in the power.
Okay.
Seat of the pants wise.
Yes.
Because it came right at 8,000, 9,000 RPM. It comes on really strong.
Yes.
And it came on just as strong. Picks up the front end, second gear.
Yep, I noticed
gear,
that.
A little bit, not too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it feels great. That the throttle twitchiness is the big gain.
Yes.
And then I don't know if the torque numbers changed at all. I haven't seen the dyno chart, but
yeah.
I would guess they may have stayed about the same. Maybe we just gained horsepower, so way top end is where you're going to notice that.
Sure.
But yeah, great. And I would kind of think he did something with the quick shifter and auto blipper too.
You feel like that's better too?
Yeah, it feels just a little better. I don't know. I'd be curious to see if he changed any of those times or not.
One thing I noticed is that, if you notice this too, Zach, on the quick shifter, on the 2018 model, you have that arrow up and down, and it used to turn green at some points. It doesn't do that anymore. Like when you would engage and you would use the auto blipper, the down arrow would turn green.
So when it does, I wasn't watching on this ride, but when it would do it before, I know, is if you were accelerating, up is green, letting you know you can shift up.
Gotcha.
If you're off the throttle,
yes,
down would light up, letting you know you can shift
It's
down.
not lighting up anymore. I'm going to talk to Nick about that. I'm sure that's something he can get in there and resolve. Or it might even be something.
Be a menu
I looked in the menu really quick and I didn't find it.
There's so many options in these menus.
Yeah.
So I know what I'm saying is, before we had a flash done where Power 1 is still full throttle, but the throttle felt like Power 3, so I don't know if that's what it did or not, you know?
Yeah.
Where before Power 3 would actually lessen the power, I believe. I don't know, it's not very clear.
Sure.
Readings. I'd have to go back and read it.
Yeah.
But it definitely, for what it says on the dash and the way it feels, it didn't lose anything, that's for sure. It's probably a hair faster.
Yes.
There's a bunch of traffic, I wasn't able to go crazy, but the rideability is much better.
Wow. Well, thanks, Zach, for your brutal honesty.
Yeah.
And
no problem.
Zach didn't know how I felt about it before he left, because I didn't want my opinion to taint his, but I felt the same way. I was able to get some clear stretches of traffic of no traffic, Zach, and I was able to pin it, and it does feel a lot faster than it did stock, in my opinion, because I was able to get out there on it.
Yeah, I was only getting through like 4th gear, and like I said, it definitely didn't lose a beat. As soon as that power comes on, it comes on strong, and it pulls all the way up.
Yeah.
It doesn't let off, so that's cool. That's a good thing. This thing's got to be a blast to whip around a track like.
Wow.
That's what it's made for. But now it is actually suitable for city riding. That's why it does not come that way. Holy cow.
I know. I have to talk to my good friends at Yamaha about that, but
Probably an emissions thing would be my guess.
Yeah.
They needed to lean it out right there for emissions purposes. I think that's about the test zone, 4,000 RPM, so something like that. But no, runs great, thanks.
All right.
Sounds great through the intake.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess there's an exhaust flapper mod we're going to have to look into.
Yes.
You can tell when that opens up, it gets a lot louder. You hear how all of a sudden it gets louder.
Yes.
It's right about that power point. So.
And we want it to stay loud, so we're going to remove that flapper.
If we remove it too, it should smooth out that curve a little bit there too, because it's not going to go from quiet to then loud and open. It'll just be open the whole time, so it should be even smoother.
Nice.
So that might be causing a little, it has like the tiniest bottom end flutter every now and then, but it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Or a little snatchiness, I call it, when you hit a bump. But nothing compared to what it was before. It was super snatchy.
Yeah.
Now we're down to barely snatchy. All right.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Zach.
Yeah. Glad we got a great day to rider.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get some more.
I hope so, man.
Next awesome mods.
Yep.
I don't know what we're gonna do next.
Me neither. It's on our list, but we'll figure it out.
All right. Well, we'll have to go to the list then. That's why we make them, correct?
All right. Yep.
All right.
All right.
See you one later.
Yep. Thanks, Zach. Awesome. So Zach and I both agree this bike is a lot better since Nick Marino from X-Plane R1 Custom Tuning tuned and flashed the ECU. All right, next up in the build series, we're going to be installing parts onto this thing, getting an exhaust on it, getting carbon fiber wheels and carbon fiber fuel tanks and all sorts of other stuff. So you can support the New Bike Build Series. Information on how to do that is in the description. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button. New videos are always uploaded to the channel. Stay tuned for more, and as always, thanks for viewing. We'll catch you next time on the New Bike Build Series.